ಗೂಗಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಟುಡೇಸ್ ವಿಜಯ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಏನ್ ಬಂತು? ಹೆಡ್ಲೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ? ಆಂಧ್ರ ಪಾಲಾದ ಎ ಹಬ್. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಓದಿ ಅದನ್ನ. ವಿಶಾಖಪಟ್ಟಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಗೂಗಲ್ 1.3 ಲಕ್ಷ ಕೋಟಿ ಹೂಡಿಕೆ, 30,000 ಉದ್ಯೋಗ, ವಾರ್ಷಿಕ 10,000 ಕೋಟಿ ಆದಾಯ ನಿರೀಕ್ಷೆ. ಇದು ಬಿಗ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್. ಏನಿದು? ಹೀಗಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಆಂಧ್ರ ಪಾಲದ AI ಹಬ್. ವಿಶಾಖಪಟ್ಟಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಗೂಗಲ್ 1.3 ಲಕ್ಷ ಕೋಟಿ ರು ಮತ್ತು ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂತ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೂ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್. ಈ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ನಾವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಅದರ ಮುಂದಿನ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ನಾವು ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ಈಗ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಎ ಡ್ರೈವಿಂಗ್ ಕಾರ್ ವಿತ್ ಎ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ಲೆಸ್ ಕಾರ್ ಏನು, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್? ಆ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವೆನ್ಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಆ ಕೃತಕ ಬುದ್ಧಿಮತ್ತೆಯಿಂದ ಚಲಾಯಿಸಲ್ಪಟ್ಟ ವಾಹನ ಕಾರು. ಈಗ ಆ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ ದಿಸ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. AI ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಕೊಲಾಬರೇಟಿವ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಶಾಪ್. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿಕೆ, ಆಡಳಿತ, ಉದ್ಯಮ, ಸಮಾಜ ಸೇವೆ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ AI ಕ್ರಾಂತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ನಾವು ಏನನ್ನು ಕಲಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಲಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕಲಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಈ ಎಲ್ಲದರಲ್ಲೂ ಒಂದು ಕ್ರಾಂತಿ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ಇಟ್ ಕುಡ್ ಬಿ, ಇವಾಗ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಒಂಥರ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಟ್ಯೂನಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಉದಾಹರಣೆ, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು 4 ಜನರ ಹತ್ರ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಸಿಂಪಲ್. ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಮ LKG ಅಥವಾ UKG ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ. A ಫಾರ್ ಆಪಲ್. ಸಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಆಪಲ್ ನೀವು ವಿದೌಟ್ disturbance, how many would say A for apple?
Henceforth, I will say A for artificial.
Artificial. See, this is, our mind is tuned to this. ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ಯೂನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಕೆಲಸಗಳಿದೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ. ಇವೆಲ್ಲದರ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಅದೇ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಗಳು AI ಕ್ರಾಂತಿಯನ್ನ ತರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ರೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್. AI ರೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಇಮೇಜಿಂಗ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫೇಸ್ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಥಂಬ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್, ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್. ಒಂದು ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲೂ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಬದಲಾವಣೆ, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಬಹಳ ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಲವು ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ 1960 ಇದು ಚಾಲಿತವಾಗಿದೆ, ನಡೀತಾ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಎರಡನೇದು ಸಾಧನೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅವಿಭಾಜ್ಯ ಸಾಧನ, ಟೂಲ್ ವರ್ಸಸ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್. ಇದು ಪರಿಣಿತರ ಸಾಧನವಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ವಿವಿಧ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಯ ಅವಿಭಾಜ್ಯ ಅಂಗ. ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಯು, ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನೋ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಟ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಯು ಸ್ಟೇ ವೇರ್ ಯು ಆರ್. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಏನು ಕಲಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಏನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಅದನ್ನು ಉತ್ತಮಪಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳದೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ, ನಾವು ಮುಂದುವರಿಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್. ನಾವು ಮುಂದುವರಿಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನು ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಆ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ ನಾವು ಸಹ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೇವೆ, ಬೆಳಿತೇವೆ, ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇವೆ, ಅದರ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೇವೆ. ದಿ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ದಿ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅನ್ನ ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಈ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ವಿಧವಾದಂತ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್. ಐ ಕಮ್ ಟು ಸಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್. ನಾವು ದ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಸಹಯೋಗಾತ್ಮಕ AI ಅನ್ವಯ, ಕೊಲಾಬರೇಟಿವ್ AI ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್. ಈಗ ಸುಮಾರು ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬದಲಾವಣೆಗಳಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ ಮತ್ತು ಕೈಗಾರಿಕಾ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ ಎರಡಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ. ಏನ್ ಸಂಬಂಧ? ಒನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಗಿವ್? ಈಗ ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಕ್ಕೂ ಮತ್ತು ಕೈಗಾರಿಕಾ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಕ್ಕೂ ಇರುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಸಂಬಂಧ ಏನು? ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದಂತ ಸಂಬಂಧ. ಏನ್ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇದೆ?
ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್.
ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸರಿ ಸರ್. ಈ ಕೈಗಾರಿಕಾ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಕ್ಕೂ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಕ್ಕೂ ಇರುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಸಂಬಂಧ ಏನು?
ಸರ್ ಈ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ
ಸರ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸೇ ಸಂಬಂಧ. ಇವರೇ ಟುಮಾರೋ ದೇ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ. ಇವತ್ತು ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಾಳೆ ಕೈಗಾರಿಕಾ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಏನನ್ನು ಕಲಿಸ್ತೀವಿ, ಏನನ್ನ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ತರದಲ್ಲೂ ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಕೆಲವರು ಮಾತ್ರ ಬಹಳ ಏನೋ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಲಿತಾರೆ, ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಸರ್ತಿ ಗೂಗಲ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಮೀ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ IAS ಆಫೀಸರ್ಸ್, IPS ಆಫೀಸರ್ಸ್, IRS ಆಫೀಸರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ. ನನಗೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಗೂಗಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ 19-year-old ಬಾಯ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಟು IAS, 22-year-old girl becoming district magistrate. Why? See, ಇದು ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ, ಅದು ಆಡಳಿತ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ. IPS, IAS, ಆ ಕನೆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಏನಿದೆ? ಹೌ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್? ಆಲ್ 22-year-old ಹುಡುಗರು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ IAS ಹೋದ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯನಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ. ಕೆಲವರು ಮಾತ್ರ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದೇರ್ ಎಫರ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಆ ಎಫರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಶುರುವಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ನಾನು ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಎಷ್ಟನೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಂದ ಶುರುವಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 6ನೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಂದ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಈ ಕಲಿಕೆ, 6th standard. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೇರ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್. ಆ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ AI ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ಸ್ ಇವೆ ಅದನ್ನ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಆ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯನಾ? ಈಗ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಡ್ರೈವರ್ಲೆಸ್ ಕಾರ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ನಾಳೆ ಯು ಮೈಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ಲೆಸ್ ಏರ್ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್. It is there already or not? I don't know.
Zobi ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪನಿ ಇದು Santa Cruz ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. They have unmanned aerial vehicles which are UAVs, and they just ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ರನ್ವೇ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಹಿಂಗೆ
take off
and land. So Bangalore traffic ಎಲ್ಲ ಸರಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು it has been certified by Japanese aviation. So
look at this. Like today we are talking of cars. I mean, already there is artificial intelligence ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು if we can have aircraft. ಈಗ ಏರ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್, in fact that is already in the move. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಕಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಏರ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ನಾವು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಸಿಟಿಗೆ they can use helicopters ಅಂತ. It's already there, but it might improve and everybody starts using it. ಈಗ ವಿವಿಧ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ದಿ ಇಂಪೇರೇಟಿವ್ ಕೊಲಾಬರೇಷನ್ಸ್. ಮೊದಲನೇದು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾನಿಲಯಗಳು, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಬರ್ತ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನೋವೇಷನ್ಸ್. ಸಂಶೋಧನೆ ಮತ್ತು ವಿಶ್ಲೇಷಣಾತ್ಮಕ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಕೋನ, ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅನಾಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್. See, that is where, whether it is science, arts, commerce, engineering. Is there a difference between engineering and technology?
Same.
Yes or no?
Same, sir.
Engineering and technology.
Technology is different, but
Google says it is different. Technology is different. Engineering is different. Technology is what you find out. Engineering is the application. So in fact we use this very commonly. Institute of Engineering, Institute of Technology, all this. But there is a difference. ನೀವೇ ಗೂಗಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಯು ಆಸ್ಕ್ ChatGPT to give the difference between engineering and technology, ಅದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ಸಂಶೋಧನೆ ಮತ್ತು analytical ability, analytical perspective, this we need to develop. If we have to have a collaborative approach, finding the gap and filling that gap, the first place is universities. The second is industry. ನಾವು ಏನೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನ ಅಥವಾ ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಆಗೋದು ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿನಲ್ಲಿ. ಯು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಇನ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟೀಸ್, ದ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ಸ್, ಬಟ್ that is to be applied in, like for example an idea generated somewhere, but if it is not applied, it is just an idea. I give you what happened in BMS way back in 2011. One boy, I think from industrial engineering, he came to me, he said, "Sir, I have a small application. Very simple, sir. I want to test this." Those days I was heading the entrepreneurship cell, ED cell here. He came and told me, he was, I think, 4th semester boy. "What is this? I have an idea which can get converted into money." What is it? He went round, he had made some research. ಅವನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮಾರು 50 ಟೀ ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದ. 50 ಟೀ ಸ್ಟಾಲ್. ಇದೇ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಆದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್. ಏನು 50 ಟೀ ಸ್ಟಾಲಿಂದ ಏನು ಉಪಯೋಗ? ಸರ್, ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅಶ್ಯೂರ್ಡ್ ದೆಮ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ಯು ಕಪ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ 1 ವೀಕ್. ಕಾಫಿ ಕಪ್ಪು ನಿಮಗೆ 1 ವಾರ ಫ್ರೀಯಾಗಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಗುಡ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಎನಿಬಡಿ ಕಾಫಿ ಅವನು he would have spent 50 paisa on that cup. If he is getting free, why will he not use it? ಮಾಡ್ತಂತಾನೆ ಉಪಯೋಗ. 50 ಶಾಪ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮಾರು ಒಂದು 500 ಅಂದರೆ 500 ಇಂಟು 50, 25,000 ಕಾಫಿ ಕಪ್ಸ್ 1 ಡೇಗೆ ಖರ್ಚಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಏನು ಇದರಿಂದ ನೀನು ಹೆಂಗೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯ ಅಂದರೆ, ಸರ್, ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಾನ್ ಟು ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಪನೀಸ್, ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅಗ್ರೀಡ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಮಿ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಪುಟ್ ದಟ್ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಪ್. ಒಂದು ದಿವಸಕ್ಕೆ 25,000 ಜನ ಅವ್ರ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಈ ಕಪ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ. And they may pay me money not only for the cup, they are paying me extra 25,000 per day. See, this is an idea which is generated in the classroom. This can be applied anywhere. ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು, that is what, there is a gap. ಬರೀ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಕಪ್ಪುಗೂ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರೋ ಕಪ್ಪಿಗೂ there is a gap. ಆ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅನ್ನು he is filling. That is exactly what we are doing. This is being applied in the industry, tea industry. This is an idea generated in the classroom or in a college which is being applied. This is a simple example that ಇದು ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಮುಂದುವರೆದ. ಅದೇ ವರ್ಷ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ಹುಡುಗಿ, ಆರ್ಕಿಟೆಕ್ಚರ್ ಹುಡುಗಿ, she came up with a suggestion saying that, "Sir, I will use remote control and move my gates." 2011. Ivattu it is already implemented in several places, but 2011 she came up with this idea that we can use the remote, sit somewhere in the house and open the car gate. Open the gate for the car to come in. This was another idea which came in from an architecture student in BMS. And the third example is, this is something which became a very useful innovation, useful idea which was taken by Sweden government. This boy, a mechanical engineering boy, he brought out an app. ಈ ಆ್ಯಪ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? You need to feed 3 numbers into this app. The first, your close relative. The second, hospital which is nearby to your house or whatever. The third is police. If you put these numbers into the app and put that gadget into your two-wheeler, when there is an accident, there is a flash to all these 3 numbers. Immediately it will indicate that this bike has met with an accident. And this, believe me, was taken over by the Sweden government. They immediately got it and they are using it. It is now also being available here and some of them are using it. But 2011-12 this happened. So again, an idea using AI, you make an application and that gap. See, otherwise somebody should see, they should take the card, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಇರೋಂಥ ಒಂದು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಕಾರ್ಡು ಏನೋ ತೆಗೆದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ರಿಲೇಟಿವ್ಸ್ಗೋ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯವ್ರಿಗೋ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗೋ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಟು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್. In fact, Nitte, we had a very bad accident of one of the students. ಅದು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿ ನಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸೋ ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ 3-4 hours, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್, ಹಿಸ್ ಬೈಕ್, the body of the boy was completely pressed in between two buses. In between two buses it was crashed, and they could not identify the body, they could not identify who this boy was. So at such important times, there could be a message which can be sent. That is exactly what I am trying to tell you. First is universities, second is industry, and the third, Nagarika Samsthegalu, NGOs. Very important, because there are hundreds and thousands of NGOs. ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಸಂಪರ್ಕ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಲೈಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾಲೇಜುಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ನಾಗರಿಕ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ NGOs, they are connected with lot of even entrepreneurship. There are lot of NGOs who are doing lot of work in that. ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಮಾನವೀಯ ಮತ್ತು ನೈತಿಕ ಆಯಾಮಗಳನ್ನು ಒದಗಿಸುತ್ತದೆ, ಹ್ಯುಮ್ಯಾನಿಟೇರಿಯನ್ ಟಚ್. One of the biggest NGOs is Rotary International, which is doing lot of work. What is the most important work, if you know, of Rotary International? Any one example? What they have done? Rotary? All over the world. I am not talking here. One important work, polio eradication. 1985. 350,000 children were affected by polio every year. 350,000 children. That number has come to almost 11-12 now. About 185 countries were affected. Now today it is only in 2 countries. Which are these countries where polio exists? Pakistan and Afghanistan. It was actually paying countries, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and then Nigeria and India. But India and Nigeria came out. India came out in 2011, but it was declared polio free in 2014, because 3 years you should not have polio. But Afghanistan and Pakistan are still to come out of this. This is a big contribution, and there is lot of involvement of artificial intelligence, and then giving them vaccines, medicines, all that happens in that particular. And the last one which we are looking at is Samyojita Parinama, combined impact. That is important. The combined impact of all this is what we are looking at. That is where we can make a change. That is the gap, what exists, what is needed. Okay, now we see 3 very important things. The first one is, if whatever you want to do, visioning is important. You need to visualize. It could be small inventions, but could be very impactful inventions. Very impactful inventions. It could be very small, but you can think of, you can ask youngsters today, or you yourself should think of bringing out something which is very, very innovative. It could be simple mechanical innovations, it could be electronic inventions, or it could be applying computer science inventions. Anything. So small gadgets, big gadgets. So we need to visualize. AI ಮೂಲಕ ಯಾವ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳನ್ನು ಪರಿಹರಿಸಬೇಕು ಎಂಬುದನ್ನು ನಿರ್ಧರಿಸಬಹುದು. Take example of medical. Latest invention or intervention in cancer. What is this latest intervention in cancer? Cancer treatment ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ?
kills the cancer.
Huh?
Kills the cancer cells.
Pardon? It kills the, but ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ?
Hair fall.
ಹೇರ್ ಫಾಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತಲ ಜಾಗಗಳು ಅಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತವೆ. ಬಟ್ there is a new machine which has come in now to treat cancer, which is available in Bangalore in 2 hospitals, BGS and in this HCG, where the machine can go to the place exactly and treat without affecting the other parts of your body or even hair fall. This is a new intervention. Can you look at that kind of interventions in even medical today? In fact, we have to use cath to pull out the blocks in the heart. Can there be a new method where you take out the blocks without even cutting it open or putting some whatever technology can we change that? Is that possible? There is work going on. ಸೊ ಆ ಥರದ ಒಂದು ಆವಿಷ್ಕಾರಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯನಾ? ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ವಿ ಕೊಲಾಬ್ರೇಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೂ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್? ಈಗ ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇತ್ತು, ವಿಚ್ ವಾಸ್ ಸೆಕ್ಲೂಡೆಡ್. ಟುಡೇ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್, biochemistry. We have so many branches which have come connected to medical, but not directly medical. But there is a lot of support that is coming from different facets of science. So, ಎರಡನೇದು our assessment, data quality. Now any interventions or inventions, if we look at what is the type of quality or data gunamatta ಮತ್ತು ತಾಂತ್ರಿಕ ಮೂಲಸೌಕರ್ಯಗಳು measuring, we need to measure the impact, how it is, because ಈ ಆವಿಷ್ಕಾರಗಳು ಮೊದಲೇ ಸರಿನೇ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. We need to make lot of efforts to see the change, how it works. Is there an impact, or it could be after several months there could be certain imbalances. We should look at all this when we look at the data quality. And the third one is ideation and design. ಆ ಐಡಿಯಾನ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, and then how we take it forward. ವಿನ್ಯಾಸ ಆಧಾರಿತ ಚರ್ಚೆ, ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ and discussion. What is this design thinking and AI? What is this design thinking? Tell me, how do we define design thinking?
Identifying gaps and trying to plug in.
ಸರ್ ನೀರು ಕುಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಕುಡಿ ಸರ್. ಇದೆ ಬಾಟಲ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಸರ್, ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ವಾಪಸ್. ಇದೇನಿದು? ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿಸ್? ಬಾಟಲ್. ಇದು is just bottle, or is there a prefix, or what is that, madam? Can you give me that steel, this one? What is this? What is the difference?
Steel and plastic.
It is steel and plastic, but still what is it? Water bottle. Now there are different types of bottles, right?
Yes.
Oil bottle, you have different, and then you get those Brill disinfectants, all those kind of bottles. Then you have liquor bottles as well. So all these are bottles. But if you want to call it in a different name using design thinking, what do you call this as?
Containers.
Liquid containers. This is just a liquid container. What is that called as? Hall and then what is that called? What is that called? Huh? Wooden door. We have several other doors also, right? Sometimes you have a sliding door. Sometimes you have the shutters. or it could be 2 doors. Now what is all these doors called as, if you want to use design thinking? Space separators. This is what design thinking tells us. Space separators. There are a lot of applications of this. In fact, we were also discussing about probably why not only ladies, even boys can tell me. Kitchen nalli ನೀವು ಮನೆ ಸ್ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ಕಿಚನ್ ಸ್ಲ್ಯಾಬ್. ಕಿಚನ್ ಸ್ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಎಲ್ ಶೇಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಯು ಶೇಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, so many things. Is there a rule that it should be completely on the same level?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
No, not necessarily. There could be some down, up again. There could be some container. You make a space for your keeping your mixie. There could be space where you fit in your fridge. All this can happen.
It can customize as per our.
Yes, that is what design thinking is all about. That is what we talked about in this design thinking discussion, ವಿನ್ಯಾಸ ಆಧಾರಿತ ಚರ್ಚೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಅನಿಸಿಕೆಗಳು, ಐಡಿಯಾಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಈ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಸರ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. Then comes prioritization. In these ideas, which is like, for example, if you are looking at, there are a lot of organizations which fund innovations, right? When they want to prioritize, which will they see? There are 4 ideas which have come in. They want to fund one idea. Which one will they select? What would be the concept behind selecting that one important prioritization?
It should be more cost effective.
More than the cost, life saving. Life saving. Life saving innovations, even if it is slightly costlier, they will look at that as a prioritization. Then, of course, ethics, cost, impact, all this will come in. But life saving is what we look at. Then come in prototype, all of us know about it. Now you make Madari, that is prototype, how it works. You implement that at a smaller level. Then we can commercialize. Then of course comes implementation and sealing, and finally evaluation and learning. This is the whole process of bridging that gap between what is expected of AI and what is available in AI. That is exactly what we are looking at. Manava AI Paraspara Kriye Mattu Naikikate, of course the role of AI, and then today role of AI, like Rajesh was talking about, how these children being harassed or used, abused, being picturized and those kind of things. Now we will have to be very, very, it can open your doors to anything. AI can open your doors to anything. But is it ethical? Is it right to do this? You have an access. But should we use it? Not use it? Because that is what, that combination of 3H. What are these 3H? Head, heart, hands. Hands will do a lot of things. But is it acceptable by both head and heart? Is important. AI, all these 3 are important. And then comes building trust, and of course human in the loop, because humanity is something which we need to protect. In fact, probably I don't know, this generation, there was a lot of movies about competition. Maybe about 5 years back, 8 years back, yes, madam, we had a lot of cutthroat competitions being seen. In fact, we have also seen that in life. In fact, I'll just tell you a small story. How people try to capture information unethically. This is a story of two competitors in cars. Now, there was one lady who was working as a housemaid in the house of the chief executive of a company in Bangalore. She was working for months, and finally, after about 2-3 months, there was some doubt which came in, and she was followed, and where she went, how she went, and people could not believe she was a very senior executive of another company. Very unethical. She was collecting complete data. She knew how to operate laptop, everything. Now this happened almost 10-12 years back. Mahindra and Toyota. Two companies involved were Mahindra and Toyotas. This was the time when Qualis was fading away and Innova was coming in. That was the time this lady from Toyota was in the house of Mahindra's CEO. And we have seen many movies like this, but this has also happened in reality. So we need to back human in the loop. That is important. This particular case study will tell you that humanity was lost in this competition. We should not do that. That is why we say the trust is very, very important. Human-centric values. In fact, day before yesterday also I told you the difference between Industry 4.0 and Industry 5.0. Industry 4.0 completely concentrated on technology. And people felt that it was too much of technology without human touch. So Industry 5.0 is concentrating on that human touch, human intervention.
Sir, is there any governance again on the ethics part of it? Because
there is no governance, but even that lady was arrested. She had to go before the court. She had to plead guilty. All that happened. That is only a legal process. But there is nothing, as ethical rule which has been prescribed.
And ethics cannot be enforced. It has to be followed. Law can be enforced.
it's very subjective.
Right. Law can be enforced because there is a clear rule.
No, in fact,
beyond
see,
which there is
the
not
definition.
possibility. But ethics cannot be enforced.
No, the problem is, what is the definition of ethics? What is ethics to you may not be ethics to me. That is the problem. You can't define ethics. Fine, now challenges and enablers. Of course, data challenges, capacity deficits, that is samarthya korate, data savalugalu, ಮತ್ತು ನಿಯಂತ್ರಣ, regulatory uncertainty here. These are three types of challenges that we find in AI. Because you see this, there could be a lot of data challenges, like you collect a lot of data and clean that data, but then ultimately, how do you depend on this data? In fact, the question about good lemons, bad lemons itself, how do we define if it is quoted? He said, we will have to define even that, picturize that as well. So that is the point, data challenges. Then comes our capacity deficits. Till what plane we can reach, what extent we can reach. That is the second, Kaushalya Abhivriti. Then finally, Niyantrana, regulatory uncertainty. We don't know what will happen. What could be the rate of silver in the next, say, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? Can anybody guess? Yesterday's prediction in Dubai? 7 lakhs. Today it is 2 lakhs. Just about a month back it was 1 lakh. Today it is 2 lakhs. And it is going to be 7 lakhs. Can anyone tell me why?
Deficit.
Huh?
Deficit.
Why? Big question.
Governments are investing. Governments are using.
There is a hidden information, I think most of us, I was not aware.
What is that?
Electric cars, they have to use silver.
Battery.
They have to use silver in electric cars. They are researching where they could find some replacement. Then these rates will fall. Now, Dubai is hoarding it. That is why the rates are going up. They are hoarding. Dubai completely, they are buying silver anywhere. In fact, yesterday there was an advertisement from a Hyderabad fellow. It was on gold, not on silver. He said, whatever be the rate in the market, I will give 300 rupees extra. Please give me gold. Whatever be the rate, I will give plus 300. Why? Because gold is not available. Silver is not available.
All metals have increased.
Yeah.
The last 1 month.
So, this use of silver in car, I think they are already researching on this to replace that particular aspect. So, where is the connection? See, this is where I said, going beyond. We are uncertain about regulation. So, now coming to enablers, open platforms. Of course, he was talking about open platforms. Cross-sector partnerships. I told you, Vishwavidyanilaya, Kaigarike, Sarkara, NGO, when we come together and collaborate, particularly industry and universities. Way back in 2015, I think Satyanandri Madam and Pratima, the first 3D printing came to BMS College. 3D printing lab. It was not even known in the industry circles, but we had it. In fact, a lot of universities from other places, not Bangalore, other places used to come and visit this lab. Thanks to the effort of then Principal Mallikarjun Babu, who discussed with one of the Japanese companies and got this. So that is exactly collaboration that we are looking at. Partnerships. And of course, the last, AI Anushthanake Baddhate Mastu leadership. Leadership is important. Today's information about Vizag getting this, again talks of leadership. Chandrababu Naidu being proactive and good relation with Prime Minister is what has resulted in that place, getting that 30,000 jobs in AI. An investment of 1.30 crores, lakhs of crores. So, this is exactly what we are looking at as challenges and enablers. And finally, the synthesis is human-centric and ethical journey is what we are looking at, which can create harmony. ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಂಬಂಧ ಬೆಳಿಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ಈ ಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಮಾನವ ಕೇಂದ್ರಿತ ನೈತಿಕ ಪ್ರಯಾಣ ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದದ್ದು. ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಇನ್ವೆನ್ಷನ್ಸ್, ಇಂಟರ್ವೆನ್ಷನ್ಸ್, ಇನೋವೇಷನ್ಸ್ we have, but at least we need to be ethical, we need to be human centric. Finally, ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಮತ್ತು ಕರುಣೆ, ನವೀನತೆ ಮತ್ತು ಹೊಣೆಗಾರಿಕೆ, ಡಾಟಾ ಮತ್ತು ಉದ್ದೇಶಗಳ ಸಮನ್ವಯ, ಹಾರ್ಮನಿ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾಷನ್. We don't see compassion at all when it comes to work. Then, innovation and accountability, data and purpose. And finally, friends, I think the whole world is looking at youngsters today. What kind of action? That is where we say call to action. ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾನಿಲಯಗಳು, ಕೈಗಾರಿಕೆಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಸಮಾಜ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬರುವ ಮೂಲಕ AI ಅನ್ನು ಶಾಶ್ವತ ಮತ್ತು ಒಳಗೊಂಡ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಗೆ ಸಾಧನವಾಗಿಸಲಿ. It should be blend, a judicious blend of these should come in. ಅದಾದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಈ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ನ ಫಿಲಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ we can get into that planned activity. Thank you. I think it was a very small understanding of what is the gap today, what is available, what is expected, and how do we fill this gap, and that collaborative approach associated with ಆ ಒಂದು ನೈತಿಕತೆ ಮತ್ತು ಹ್ಯುಮ್ಯಾನಿಟಿಯನ್ನು ಒಳಗೊಂಡಂಥ ಆವಿಷ್ಕಾರಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಒಂದು ಮಾನವ ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಈ ಒಂದು ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಬಾಟಮ್ ಲೈನ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಟು ಕನ್ವೆ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್. Yes, sir. Rajesh, sir.
I'm done.
Okay, friends, I think I think my humble request, one from this group, sir, Tavu, one or two from this side, please give a feedback. You can come here, stand and give 2 minutes feedback. Come, one of you can come. Please start. And there is one, ಈ 12 ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಂಥ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ we have brought out some small write-up on all the 12 lectures what we had here. 12 ಲೆಕ್ಚರ್ಗಳ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪೈಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. This could be of some help to remember what was discussed. So ಇದು ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಈಗ ಹೋಗುವಾಗ ಇದನ್ನು ಕೊಡಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಶಿ ವಿಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಹೌ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ಸ್. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಪ್ರತಿಮಾ? ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್. ಸರ್ ತಮಗೆ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಒನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು. In fact, I admire you because at this age you have come as a student. And I think everybody knows he is head of the department of MCA from
AICTE.
Dr. AICTE, Ambedkar Institute of Technology.
ಸೊ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಬಂದು ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಚೈನ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್. ಆಸ್ ಅ BCA ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ನಾನು AI ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಿವಿಯಸ್ ಗ್ರಾಜುಯೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಆದ್ರೂ ಏನೋ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ನಂಗೆ ಏನ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಎಥಿಕ್ಸ್. ಸರ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಹಿಂದಿನ ಸೆಷನ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಎಥಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಎಥಿಕ್ಸ್, ಒಬ್ರಿಗೆ ಎಥಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು, ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರಿಗೆ ಎಥಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಟು ವಾಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ನಾವು AI ನ ನಂಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಇವಾಗ ಲೇಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಟ್ರೆಂಡ್ಗಳು ಬಂತು. ಸರ್ ಕೂಡ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಹಾಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಇದೆ, ಜಿಬ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಂದಿರೋ ಜೆಮಿನೈ. ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಫೋಟೋಗಳನ್ನ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯ ಫೋಟೋಗಳನ್ನ ಅಥವಾ ಕಾರ್ಟೂನ್ ಫೋಟೋಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್, ಇವಾಗ ಯಾವ್ದು ಟ್ರೆಂಡ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಆ ತರದ ಫೋಟೋಗಳು, ಇಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಫೋಟೋಗಳಿಂದ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ನಾವು ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಡೇಟಾವನ್ನ ನಾವು ತುಂಬಾ ಅಪಾಯಕ್ಕೆ ದೂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಷಣದ ಹೊಸ ಅನುಭವಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಮ್ಮ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಡೇಟಾವನ್ನ ಕಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಇವಾಗ ಸರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ದಾಗ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಡೇಟಾಗಳನ್ನ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಅವರು ಫ್ರೀ ಆಗಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಂಥ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ಗಳು ಯಾವ್ದು ಕೂಡ ಫ್ರೀ ಆಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿರುವಂತ ಒಂದು ವಿಚಾರ. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಯವ್ರು ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾವುದೇ ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಏನ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ನ ಫ್ರೀ ಆಗಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದಾಗಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಡೇಟಾ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಅರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಲಾಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮನಿ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅವರ್ ಡೇಟಾ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗೆ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಟು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಆರೆಂಜ್, ಸೊ ಏನ್ ನಾವು ಇಷ್ಟು ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ ವಿದೌಟ್ ಕೋಡಿಂಗ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಕೂಡ ಡೇಟಾ ಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು ಇಸ್ ಅ ನ್ಯೂ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅಸ್. ಆಸ್ ಅ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ನಂಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅನಿಸ್ತು ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್. ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಇಂದ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾನು ಫುಲ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಕೂಡ ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಮೈ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪ್. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ AI ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, AI ನಮ್ ಜಾಬ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವೇನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಇಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಅದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಏನ್ ನಾವ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ತಿದೀವಿ, ಹೇಗೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು AI ನ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು, ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ನನ್ನ ಜಾಬ್ AI ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಅನ್ನೋ ಹೆದರಿಕೆ ನನಗಿರಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಹೌ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ AI ಅದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಅದನ್ನಾಗಿ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಟು BMS ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಹಾಗೂ BNMIT ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಕೂಡ. ಯಾಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಂಕರೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಂಥವ್ರು BNMIT ಕಾಲೇಜ್, ಹಾಗೆ ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಂತ BMS ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಇಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ನನ್ನ ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
Or you came on time.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಶುಭ ಸಂಜೆ. ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಾಜಶೇಖರ್ ಕೊಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ. ಐ ಹೆಡಿಂಗ್ ದಿ AICTE ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ BMS ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಡೇಟಾ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಕ್ಶಾಪ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನನ್ನ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ MBA HOD ಆದಂತ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಭಾಸ್ಕರನ್ ಸರ್ ನಂಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಸರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಡೇಟಾ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಕ್ಶಾಪ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ, ನೋಡಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಸರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ I went to the AICTE Atal portal and I registered myself. Then ಪ್ರತಿಭಾ ಭಟ್ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೇಳಿದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಮೇಡಮ್ ನಾನು ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಅವ್ರು ಸಂಡೇ ನನಗೊಂದು ಮೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ I wrote a letter for SL and the very next day I came here. So here what I felt was, so at the beginning, Nagendra sir, he gave the inaugural lecture for 1 hour. It was quite practical and very beautiful. Then in the later stages, in all the sessions, Rajesh Rao sir, Rajesh Rao sir, Rajesh, Rajesh sir, he was like, though the other sessions are underway, but he introduced himself without anybody's permission. He was like a rescue operator. Whenever there was a gap, I am there. With that example, he came himself and came to the rescue of the other speakers. And he filled the gap. Whenever he thought like that, yes, this example was of the need of the art, and he came and by voluntarily and he explained the situation very properly. One example he gave us, still I remember. There was a mistake in the car engine. Without the scientific analytical solution, the problem was in the engine, but there was ಒಂದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಮೌಢ್ಯತೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಕಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ದೆವ್ವ ಇದೆ, ಚಾಕ್ಲೇಟ್ ತಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕಾರ್ ಆಪರೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಯಾವುದು ಐಸ್ ಕ್ರೀಮ್ ತಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಆನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಚಾಕ್ಲೇಟ್ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಇದು ಒಂಥರ ಕಾಕತಾಳೀಯವಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಎ ಕೋಇನ್ಸಿಡೆನ್ಸ್. ದೇರ್ ವಾಸ್ ನೋ ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ವೇ ಆಫ್ explanation. So sir later on he explained it very in a fantastic manner. So overall I am thankful to the organizers, Dr. Pratibha madam, Nagendra sir, and I don't know madam, Dr. Satyanandani madam, and in particular the rescue operator Rajesh sir, and the entire unit of the organizing committee, and then even for the BMS college. And at the same time, I am also thankful to my own college, Dr. AICTE.
Thank you.
So in future also, whenever you are going to organize such a wonderful function, you call me and I will be coming here. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everybody. So my name is Anand Padmanabhan. I'm representing from Solace India Technologies, and our relationship with whether it is customers or industry-wise customers or academic customers has been very close and very good relationships we are having. So I can say that it is when I came here. Since I am also in the training background, so I have witnessed a very interactive and insightful session from the BMS College of Engineering. So I would extend my gratitude and thanks to all the organizers for organizing us and bringing us to this platform. And this has been a very informative session for us because we come from the industrial background, and this subject, whether it is AI or machine learning, which is the current topic of discussion in whether it is industry or whether it is academia. So it is being done in a very insightful manner, and from an industrial background also we could gather more information regarding this session. And to club these things in a 3-day program, it is not that easy, and we could able to see that it was done in a very effective manner. And I would like to thank behalf of my company for inviting us to this, and that's all what I can say from my end. Thank you also. Thank you, Rajesh sir, and thank you, sir, for your sharing your information with us. And we'll be always in contact with you if any requirement from our leaders. Thank you.
So I'll probably begin where I actually enrolled myself for this workshop, and then the insights that I've gained out of it. I think being an HR person, AI has always been a most interesting topic for us from an organization perspective, because anything that we got to do with hiring, training, leveraging AI, everything, that's the word for the day. This workshop basically interested me for the topic and the kind of sessions that was organized. I think that was more interesting from the perspectives that it brought. I think each one brought your own way of making this topic very interesting. Rajesh sir or Nagendra sir, I think the entire session was very well structured in terms of a blended learning approach. The examples that you've given, the live demos that you have showed, the theoretical way of bringing it to practice, applications, I think that was very, very interesting and very, very insightful. When I look at it from my perspective, I think the key takeaways for me from this entire workshop has been from a non-coding or a non-programming person, how can each and every person actually have AI into their life, catch up with what the world is going towards, and also collaborate with the right set, be it university, the industrial partnership, etc. I think that was very wonderfully brought out, and thank you. I'll definitely take back a lot of these areas to my work, my profession, my organization, and try to bring in more to bridge this gap as well. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I would also like to congratulate the team for all the wonderful efforts in organizing it, particularly Pratima ma'am, Dr. Satyanandini ma'am, and PMS College for taking this wonderful initiative and the efforts that have gone behind it. Thank you so much for inviting us as well.
Good evening, everyone present here. And when we started with a lot of doubts how it is going to go and all that because it was a very new area, and Kannadadalli ಒಂದೊಂದು ವರ್ಡು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬ ಯೋಚನೆ ಇತ್ತು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ once it was given to Rajesh sir and Nagendra sir's team, we know that it's going to come out very well, and they also have showcased it and shown it. I'm very happy to see that all of you were very interactive, and you were very punctual and disciplined and very good participants. We had very good participants from industry, college, and senior professor from a college and all that. Hope you had a very good learning experience, and let us see how it is going to have an application. Whatever you have learned, how it is going to have an application, because anything learned and left at that level, 3 days of time, energy and efforts, and so much of work has gone into by a lot of us, and funding from AICTE and all that. For that, and also for our own sake, don't leave it here and go. See whatever you have learned, how it can be applied in your area, in terms of your job, in terms of your research, and whatever you do. Somewhere if it has an application, we'll be really happy. Thank you for being a very good audience. Thank you Nagendra sir, Rajesh sir and team. Without you this program would not have happened, and everything went on very well, and we close with a very happy feeling. Thank you for being a wonderful audience. Thank you.
We will announce the quiz in the group. Please answer. Probably in the beginning of the next week, you will be able to download certificate from ATL portal, the same portal where you have logged in. Any difficulty, you please let me know in the group. We will be able to answer.
And we had wonderful 3 student volunteers from our department. I missed telling about them. Without them, it would have been very difficult. They were with us in each and every 3 of you. Tisha. I'm little poor in pronouncing her name. I call her only Prati. They were with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.